forest friends, welcome back to my fantasy forest. Let's look at my new forest finds, which of course include teapots. I've been delving further into my love for medieval fantasy, and I managed to thrift all of these gorgeous teapots from secondhand stores to give them a new magical home. I wasn't sure about this knight at first based on the photos online, but it fit my aesthetic and it was only £4, so I took the risk, and I'm so delighted with what arrived. This dragon was a much harder find. It came in red too, but I went for the deeper green to match my forest. I'm born in the year of the dragon, so dragons will always be my mystical spirit animal. I'd especially been hunting for a castle teapot, and I stumbled across this one. It might look like a giant mug, but it's actually disguised as a teapot. I am obsessed. And here's a beautiful perfume bottle I've been pretending is actually the elixir of life potion. I've gotten into adding little potions to my desk lately, and you'll see a homemade one very soon. Of course, every forest find needs some mushrooms involved. This is part of a set I found online. It came with a teapot too, but I didn't love the design. It wasn't as magical as the cup and spoon, so I went with those instead. Here's my new spellbook. Well, it's a notebook really, but I'm using it as a spellbook because it's absolutely enchanting, isn't it? I love the pages. They feel and look so ancient. I can't wait to fill this up with spells and journal my way through my fantasy forest journey. I think in the future I'll buy more of these, especially once my fiancé Calli moves in. It is time for a little desk refresh. And to add this potion of the elixir of life to my forest desk. Now it's time to make my very own potion, my little witch's brew. Let me show you how easy it is to do. I found so many overcomplicated recipes online. Believe me, I tried, but they didn't work out as well for me. So I just added water to this bottle. And now a couple of drops of green food colouring. I especially love this part. It's like a forest dragon is breathing magic into the water. Mixing it won't do too much. Just let it swirl and transform on its own. There we go, blended a little bit more. Now for the real magic, we're going to use some green mica powder. It gives that glittery enchanting swell every potion needs. As you can see, I've already used this pack. I often use mica powder when making candles too. They're actually really easy to make. Would you like me to show you how I do this in future videos? Let me know in the comments. Now just take a little spoonful and add it to your potion. Careful, it can go everywhere. I actually spilled a bit on my desk mat, but ended up blending it into my hobbit door. It gave it more green and glitter, and so it worked out perfectly. Now, let's watch the mica powder dissolve. And for the real magic, mix it all together. Look, it's like we've created a crystal ball in our potion. Now that the mixture is ready, we just need a few finishing touches to seal in the magic. Take some twine and wrap it around the top of your potion bottle. You can find these little empty bottles in all sorts of places, even in thrift stores. Just keep your eyes open on your travels, forest friends. And for the sticker, I found a set of potion labels online and picked one from there. Now the twine is ready. Let's seal it shut. Candle wax will do the trick. You don't need a wax seal pot, but I would recommend finding one with a spoon. Then you'll need wax beads in your chosen color. Once the wax is melted, seal your potion completely shut. Only do this once, don't be like me and try adding more wax. It starts to look kinda messy. Just let it flow naturally. And with that, our witch's potion is ready. Time to return it to its rightful place at my forest desk. Now, let's settle in and play some Cat Quest 2 with my player 2 Calli. His voice won't be featured this month, but it will be in future vlogs, I promise. Since this game is only local co-op, we use Steam's Remote Play, perfect for long distance couples. We really enjoy playing this together in Finland. Once we finish this game, we'll definitely try the third one too. We've gotten quite far, up to level 64, and we just unlocked walking on water. But we need to be careful, there are some level 99 enemies out there, and we are still too squishy for that. Run, Calli, run! But before that, let's go back and I'll show you just how squishy we really were. We found this hidden stash and thought we could take on a level 99 dungeon. Together means strength, right? Well, the game kept ending, this guy was way too strong. But we practiced and started enjoying the challenge this enemy gave us. Eventually, we found our strategy and we went ham. Calli would pull him in with his spell, Graphy Rough, and I would heal us so that we could survive. It took quite a few tries, but we did it. We defeated him. We were so delighted we felt like we could take on anything now. I'd 100% recommend this game for couples, especially if you love questing through fantasy worlds just like we do. Now let's dive into my favorite game, World of Warcraft, where I leveled up just to find my new favorite forest, Ashenvale. I made a new character, a troll who is a druid. At first, I was a little salty because we've moved to the Horde. I missed the Alliance. The vibes were just so me, so my only condition was that we'd find a forest, ASAP. Calli even brought me this beautiful forest dragon mount just to help me feel settled. And the moment we got to Ashenvale, it all felt worth it. But let me take you back to how we got there. I really need to get better at recording our voice chats during gameplay, because I was complaining the entire time I was creating this character. I missed the Alliance, but I settled for a troll. The goblins were kind of cute too. I might make one in the future. I was still complaining though, this game doesn't have my mixed race hair. Not so many games do, especially older ones. So I went with braids and just rolled with it. I did like the accents where the trolls live though. They reminded me of my granddad, who had a thick Jamaican accent. Calli, or Curdsock in game, also became a troll with me. We leveled fairly quickly together, and even though I was still craving greenery, I started to see beauty in the Horde side too. Even if it was a little too orange for me. Carrying goblins was one of my favourite parts. I think I might be part goblin. Calli even used one of his other accounts to help level my herbalism. It definitely felt like cheating, but it was also really cute and romantic. He flew me around on his dragon mount while I gathered herbs. It was dreamy. Later, he said we needed to run a dungeon to level up more. It was my first real dungeon. I was so scared. Even though Calli was there, I'd heard so many horror stories about how newbies got treated in dungeons, and I was petrified. He's always protected me, always gone above and beyond, but I was still really scared. Even back when I played Final Fantasy XIV, I remember ex-WoW players telling me they'd never go back because their experience had been so awful in WoW. And honestly, I'd had my own weirdness in Final Fantasy XIV too. There was this one guy who wouldn't stop harassing me and kind of trying to online date me just because he liked my voice in voice chat. It got so intense and creepy that Calli had to step in, and eventually we got him out of the guild. But everyone's actually been so respectful here. Still, when I fell down in that dungeon, I was horrified, embarrassed. I didn't know where to go. Calli was telling me, "Come this way," but I panicked and I froze. He had already jumped down to get me, but I couldn't find him. It was like I was having some kind of anxiety attack right there in game. Luckily I did find him, and he was calmingly reassuring me the whole time. "It's alright," he said. "There's nothing to worry about, I've got you." He even explained to the party that I was new, and they were totally fine with it. Honestly, I'm not sure what I was so worried about. I didn't even need to be resurrected. Luckily, I was just DPSing. In Final Fantasy XIV, I was usually healing, so this was already a much gentler entry. By the time we made it to the last boss, it was over, but no one seemed to mind. We did another dungeon, a few more quests, and finally we made our way to Ashenvale. And once we arrived, I was truly so happy. Not even the Alliance has a forest this magical. Even though this game is old, I think it is stunning. I can feel the nostalgia through the screen. I get it now. I understand why everyone loves this game. I only wish I had played it sooner, especially with Calli. Let's just take this all in and enjoy this beautiful forest together. The game even has little companions. Look at this pug. I can't wait to explore Pandaria later this month, especially as a panda, my real spirit animal. As the day ends, let's take a moment to appreciate this view. I also wanted to show you one of my recent purchases, a tilt lens. I'm still learning how to use it. It's probably better suited to a city, but I love how it captures all of my little trinkets at my desk. Thank you so much for watching my June Fantasy Forest Gamer vlog. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll see you again at the end of July, forest friends.